What's up, man? How are you?
Good, good. It's been first time meeting each other.
Yeah, yeah. It's been dope. I want to say on camera for sure. I forgot to say it earlier, but thank you so much for everything you've told me, texted me, sent to me. This has been very much so helpful this far in my career. I tell people all the time, yeah, I talk to Beatnotiks all the time. He tells me this and this, kind of like my advisor. So thank you so much. I appreciate you for trying to help me out and everything. So
All right,
thank
no
you.
problem. Now it's Beatnotiks.
Beatnotiks? Beatnotiks.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
In
I
the
was
first interview I
yeah.
saw, you said the
Yeah, Beatnotiks. Yeah, it's
I
beat.
was like, okay, when I meet him, then I can tell.
Yeah.
How
So
to say
it's
it.
Beatnotiks.
Beatnotiks.
Beatnotiks. Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, apologies.
No,
Beatnotiks.
your new project that just came out, Have a Great Summer, it was released about, what, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what.
So, what made you call it Have a Great Summer?
Well, it's been very interesting since it has to go back to my project. Okay, cool. The first thing when I first started making music, I always wanted to have interesting titles and interesting things. But when I started out, I kind of was just trying to find myself. So I had stuff like Red Shirt Freshman, Unknown Artist. That's super old. Unknown Artist is like doesn't even exist on the internet anymore. But so how I found the name for Okay Cool, I was just walking and somebody just shouted out Okay Cool. And ever since then, I always wanted to have interesting titles that were doing enough but not too much, which is kind of like my album covers. It's really basic, but it says something spectacular on it. So with Have a Great Summer, it was literally between the Young Sean EP and Have a Great Summer. So I was on Xbox with my homie, and I was talking to him like, yeah, summer's about to come around, so I can either have a Great Summer or the Young Sean EP. And he said, well, if you make the Young Sean EP, it's kind of like copping out. It's kind of like, okay, well, that's who you are. But Have a Great Summer, it has the potential to be something special and have its own legs. So it's whatever you feel like. And at that time, I wasn't done making the project. So I told him straight up, I was like, well, I don't think it's anything classic on Have a Great Summer. But that was way before I really got in the groove on the project. So after I started making more songs and really liked it more and more, I went with Have a Great Summer. So there's not really a meaning behind it. It's just literally I want people to have a great summer with my music and enjoy life and be positive. So if there's a meaning behind it, it's positivity. It's more of a meaning behind the cover than it is the name of the project.
And for the people that just now noticing who you are, finding you on YouTube or Spotify or whatnot, how many projects have you released in your career?
In my entire career, I think this is my 10th. I think this is my 10th project. That you can actually go and listen to, I think it's maybe 8 at the most, maybe 7 or 8. But throughout my entire career, I think I've released about 10 projects so far, this being the 10th.
All right, and what makes this project so special out of all your 10 the projects you've done in the past?
I think this one just sounds better. I think, honestly, listening to it from an artistic ear, from one to done, I'm just kind of, all right, this sounds good, vocals sound good, my energy sounds good. And this just all comes from when I first started making music. I didn't have the tools with me to make songs how I sound now. So to me, I think I haven't gotten tired of it yet, and I'm the one that made it. So I've heard these songs long before they came out, and I'm still not tired of it. So going from the first song all the way to the last one, I can sit in the car and listen to it. And it's so quick. It's just 8 and then 9 songs if it's streaming. It's just such a short project, but it has so much to it that I think it just works out well. I think it being short and it just being really dope songs makes it so special.
So with this project, I've noticed you've done a lot, used the guitar a lot in a lot of your songs. I know that with Future and a lot of mainstream rappers using flutes, using the guitar. What makes you choose a guitar for this EP?
I think that's kind of summary. I think people use guitars in the summer. They kind of sit out by the bonfire or just sit in cause I know, for example, I worked at this place in Dallas. It's not open anymore. It was a Summer Adventures amusement park. And at the amusement park, we had a little booth. They were called the Beach Boys. And they performed every day. And so with the Beach Boys, every song they had guitars. It was all summery, and that's what they played over the PA. So going in, I knew I wanted to have a summery vibe. So I was like, well, let me just find beats that have a summery vibe, and guitars played into that. Kind of like, I don't know how to express it, but I just think that when I think about summer, I think about a guy sitting out playing a guitar and just having a good chill time and just partying and having fun. So I think that was more so the vision behind that one.
All my niggas in here on the left side. Got my head straight to the back just like I'm left eye. Got my niggas out here rapping straight from Bed-Stuy.
Literally, I'm really strange when I make names and do things like that. There's not necessarily a meaning behind Bop. The actual reason I made it Bop is because when I was writing it, before I finished it, I was gonna say Bop a bunch of times during the chorus, and it just never panned out like that. And I didn't know what else to call it, so I just kept it at Bop. So that's really the meaning behind why it's called Bop. Got a hat straight to the back, just like I'm left eye, and that is a reference back to the TLC song, Hat Straight to the Back, Left Eyes and TLC. And I wanted something that rhymed, but I also wanted something that, I don't want to just make a chorus that has no real meaning and doesn't have a reference to it. It's just kind of like blindly dumb. So I wanted to make something that referenced hip hop in some way. So all my niggas in here to the left side, got my hat straight to the back, just like I'm left eye. It doesn't have a necessary meaning, but I used to wear baseball caps a lot, and I wore them backwards. So that's a reference to, I guess, old music and the old me. So that's where that came from. Yeah, 281 The City is a reference back to my song So High. When I said 281 to my city, champagne for the flight. And it's just kind of, that's the area code of Houston. So I said 281 The City to my party. And I was having a graduation party that night because I just graduated from UH. So I wrote it the same day I had the party. So that same location was why I put 281 The City to my party. So I had a party in Houston that night. Yeah, I guess bop could be another term for twerk. I mean, if you just, yeah, pretty much if we go to a party, bop, 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 it's kind of the same thing. It's what you say to somebody at a party, I guess, or me and my homies would. So it can be, or it can be whatever you feel like, whatever goes through the mind of the listener, and they enjoy it, they have fun with it, it's whatever. But, so for right now, we're going to say bop is another word for twerking. Yeah. If you see me in a party, hunch that back like Quasimodo. So basically a reference to Hunchback of Notre Dame. His back is hunched over. When you're twerking, you're hunched over. So it's just a play on the poor man having a hunched over back. And it's just like girls at the party, hunch your back over, like Quasimodo.
Can't hit you, girl, cause I'm out with my homies. But I've been trying to tell you, girl, that you might want to know. I've been trying to get you since way back when you.
So the idea behind Clout came from an early idea of the project. I wanted to have the project be my life after I opened up for drum at Frontier Fiesta. And so that's what I did. I did that March 25th. I opened up for him, and it was a bunch of people there, and I had a phenomenal show out and turnout, and it was super dope. So I wanted to do the project be my life after that and everything going on. So that was originally going to be the first song. So Clout is essentially like popularity. So it was going to talk about, you know, the popular aspect of being an artist and being popular and being in a relationship from that. Well, that's what Clout is about. Yeah, I got shit out here popping. You keep popping in my phone. Same reference. I'm out here doing my thing. I'm grinding. And, you know, it's just kind of a play on words. Like, I'm popping, but you popping in my phone. So references, somebody texting me that I don't want to be texting, or somebody texting me that I don't need to be texting, something like that. So that's pretty much the whole thing. Yeah. I might get that bag, yeah, and I might get that duffel. It's a reference to I'm going to go out and be successful and get money from it. So basically, like rappers always saying they're going to get duffel bags and get bags of money. So it's basically my reference, because before that, it's hustle, 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 yeah. I might get that duffel, yeah. I might move that muscle. I might get that bag, and I might get that duffel. It's just saying I'm going to go out and work for it. That's what move the muscle is. And then I'm going to get the bag, get the duffel. I'm going to go get the money from it, work out, and then bring it back. Something like that. Yeah, so I might get that Civic. Yeah, been in that shit since 03. Yeah, so pretty much just a car. You know, I might get enough to get a Honda Civic, and then I've been in it since 03. So just referencing like I had an old car since 03. Nothing spectacular, nothing special. Just literally doing what I wanted to do. Go out, get an automobile from a show, get enough money for that, and then go on from there.
If you want my love, I can make it forever. Here we go now. Here we go now. Hands up, hands up, hands up.
And the idea behind Favor is just fun, man. I just think about like a festival. I think about something like Coachella or something like that. I just see myself performing something at that. So the idea behind favor, if I be your friend, then you'll be my friend. Just do me that favor. Just kind of like, pretty much like a Justin Bieber-esque love song. Pretty much, I love you if you love me. So basically, do me a favor of loving me back type of thing. So that's what favor is about. Yeah, Sex Like New Edition, make it rain up in your Honda. It's kind of reference to New Edition. What's it called? I forgot the actual. What's the actual name of the? It's not Let It Rain. That's Let It Snow. But it's, I forget it. But it's about raining. Do you know, Aaron? The New Edition song about raining? It's like rain, summer rain. I hate to look it up. I probably sound crazy, but I don't remember. But people know what I'm talking about, you know, when it's something about rain, the New Edition made.
For all you New Edition fans,
yeah.
Comment below.
What it is, yeah.
In the comment section, what it is,
yeah.
what song that
yeah.
references to.
Please, and don't flame me up because I don't remember it, because I made a reference to it, so that means I do remember it. So pretty much, just a reference to Make It Rain Up in the Honda, just sex in the car. Yeah, in that hook where it switches from, I love Favor. It goes from a chorus that you think is gonna be the chorus at the beginning of the song, and you never hear it again. Then it goes into the verse, which is real chill, kind of like Houston, H-Town, kind of Scrooge type of sound, real slowed down. And then it picks it up into a real popish kind of sound, like I was saying, you can see it at a festival, you can see it at some big platform where you can go out and just have fun and rage with the people, put out beach balls and have them bouncing all around. So the bounce in it is really like mixing hip hop and pop and putting it all together and just trying to make a new type of sound that's really fun. So that's where that idea came from. Yeah, I only want that real and you the realest that I known before. It's a reference to my woman. I only want something that's real and the realest that I know so far in my life. So that's just how it is. Just honestly finding someone that's real and capturing that and keeping it and holding on to it and recognizing there's been nothing realer than that before. So that's where that comes from.
I got fake friends, they fuck with fake friends, they made me sick. I've been patient, been fucking patient, and now I'm in, nigga. Yeah. That chick say
the idea behind Chirp, it was just some stuff going on in my life with a couple friends that I just wasn't having a phenomenal time with. And so I just kind of wanted to put it in the song and kind of just think about it and put it out there. And so Chirp was just the semblance of, because it's all about hit me on my phone. So I just wanted to call it Chirp, kind of like Boost Mobile. They had the little Chirp. It's kind of like where you at. So it's just kind of like calling my phone, talking about this and that. So the idea behind the whole song is just having friends that aren't really your good friends calling you and talking to you, stuff like that. So I'm a black man, because before that, how did that go? I think so. Before that, I say I'm a black man. Don't mean I'm packing. Y'all gotta stop. I'm a black man. They came from Akron, bitch. I'm on top. So it's just kind of like, just because I'm black doesn't mean that I have guns. I'm doing drugs. Before that, I say I'm still whipping in the kitchen, but please don't call the cops. I'm a black man that came from Akron, et cetera, et cetera. So honestly, what it means is, just because I'm an African-American male doesn't mean I'm out here doing drugs, lifting weights, shooting guns, nothing like that. And I say I'm from Akron because LeBron James is from Akron, Ohio. So he's essentially the king, and so I'm just saying I'm a king because I'm a black male. So I'm on top is the semblance of being the king. And LeBron's like supposed to be the greatest player in the NBA. So that's the reference in there. Yeah, my nigga, you gonna have to hit this fade up, the struggle made us. It's kind of just a reference to, you're gonna have to deal with some things in life. You know, you're gonna have to deal with some issues or some situations at some point, and you're gonna have to hit it up. And the struggle made us. That was a direct line right after that. So, you know, going through everything we go through, you know, if it has to come to an altercation, it wouldn't come to an altercation, but just hypothetically speaking, things such as that. And then you go, the struggle made us. It's just like whatever we go through in life is gonna make us into who we are later on. So that's where the basis of that is. Yeah. I got fake friends. Can't fuck with fake friends. That make me sick. I've been patient. real patient, and now I'm it. So pretty much, like I said earlier, I don't, I've had friends that aren't real friends. I've had friends that aren't really connecting with me the way they should be. And at the end of the day, at this point in my life, I want good people around me, positive energy, happiness. And there's no need to have people around that aren't there for your best interest. So that's where it came from. Negativity. I'm just tired of seeing negativity and people going in and out because they're not really your friends. So at this point in life, I'm 24. So at this point, I'm a little older now. So I don't really need a bunch of friends. I just need a couple people that I really want to hang out with, and that's fine for me. Yeah, she hold that water like a wave cap. I was really shaky on putting that in there because the whole thing was a freestyle. I was just like, whatever, it's gonna go in there. Cause wave cap, you're supposed to hold waves. It's like water. She got that water like a wave cap. It's just a sexual reference. Nothing spectacular.
I got the juice. I got the lean. I got that roll on 25. You know what I need. I got the juice.
So the meaning behind Swerving is pretty interesting because, like I said, with other songs, the original name of Swerving was Juice, but I knew Chance the Rapper had a song named Juice. I didn't want people to think, oh, he's just trying to make another Chance the Rapper song. Also, I didn't want to have people look up T-Shawn Juice and then it's another song called Juice. And I had another name for it, and another rapper had it. So I just called it Swerving with the thing over the top, because if you look that up, it should be only me pop up. So the meaning behind it is just kind of also a Texas, Houston type of thing, kind of just swerving around in traffic. But it's also real life deep meaning. It's just kind of like me just moving around through life, doing what you got to do to make it happen. So just moving through traffic almost. So that's the meaning behind it. My homegirl Asia, she's an aspiring artist as well. Don't have a SoundCloud for her, but one day she'll get a SoundCloud. And hopefully she watches and makes a SoundCloud. But yeah, so my homegirl Asia, she's just on the track. Asked her to come through and sing on it. And I think she did a pretty good job, so Asia. Yeah, 50 plays all on my single, that's some shit I can't forget. I remember starting out in music, putting out a song that I think could be a single, and it literally had 50 plays on it after like a month. And so I'm sitting back thinking, dang, I'm really not all that, but I'm gonna figure it out. So essentially that's just a reference back to, it's just one of my motivating goals is to remember, like, no matter how many views and plays you get, you still at one point will just start now. That's what I want to keep and carry with me forever. Like, it's been times where there's a song I thought was just gonna blow up. They had 50 plays on it, and something else had more plays. So that's my reference back to that. Yeah, he prayed he'd get half his fly. He probably had to clone me. Pretty much just talking shit. Just if he wanted to be as fly, as cool as me, he'd have to replace me. But it's just super talking shit. So for him to get half as fly, he had to like remake me to get halfway as fly. So this super duper talking shit. This shit talking. Half as fly, he had to like remake me to get halfway as fly. So this super duper talking shit. This shit talking.
Girl, bad little shawty got a high top scale. We can lead a party, baby, I would never tell. I rock Nike shawty, you rock Chanel. Fresh tips.
Old Me is one of my personal favorites. It got a little deeper after I talked to my homies, because I've gone through different stages of ad-libs over the years, and I'm really ad-lib heavy, but it's really like in the background, but it's still there. But I don't really I still do yeah, yeah, whoa, whoa before I start a song, but I didn't do it as much lately. And so I put it on this song right here, Old Me. But the idea of Old Me is people will go out and they'll try to look at you and talk to you as if you were who you were 3 or 4 years ago. But everyone changes, everyone grows, everyone gets older, everyone matures. So over time, you have to really think about, this is who I am now, and people still try to treat you like who you are then. And not in the sense of like being famous or anything, just literally in the sense of I'm more mature, wiser, a better man and a better person. So no, I don't want to do this. Or no, I don't want to talk about that. Or no, I don't really care about things like I used to that don't need to be cared about. So the essential idea behind old me is just becoming older and getting older and wiser. Yeah, I rock Nike Shotty, you rock Chanel. It's just kind of, I wear Nike, Adidas, normal stuff, and you can wear Chanel, but I'm just not that big into. I used to when I was younger and I liked Kanye a whole lot. I wanted to be in all this name brand stuff. I don't really necessarily care about a brand. Like if I have it, cool, but I'm not gonna spend $100,000 just to be the new sensation or the new biggest thing on the block. I'm gonna wear whatever is in my closet, and if I think it's dope, it's dope. So I can just wear Nike or a no-name shoe, but I'll make sure that whatever woman I'm with and who I'm with is gonna be taken care of. So that's the premise. I'm gonna rock whatever I rock, but you gonna rock the best of whatever I can get you. So yeah, fresh French tips about 100 on the scale. Pretty much, women have those French nails. They be fresh. They have them coated, have them all ready to go. 100 on the scale is kind of like, ooh, that looks nice. That's 100. That's dope. Yeah, and the scale was just like 1 to 10, and it's 100. So fresh nails is dope. It's fancy. It's fly. It's whatever. But I don't know. I couldn't tell the difference between a French tip nail or whatever. I don't really care, but they do. So whatever make women happy, they can go ahead and do it. Yeah, paying for the views of one to model in their section. The second verse is not like a diss song, but it's just people I know will go out and make it seem like they're really popping in music. And it's always frustrated me because there'll be people that I know that'll be like, oh, congratulations, you're doing so well. But they're really not doing well. They're just kind of paying for views and paying for plays and paying for placements, but they're still in the same spot. And people believe it, which makes them get bigger. So I ideally I understand what they're trying to do, but you have to have the music to follow that. So I'm just not with people paying for plays because it's not going to get you anywhere. Like a person like me, I could pay for plays and nobody would question it, but I don't want it. I've never wanted to do that. I've always wanted to actually see where I am. Like I've never wanted to make a YouTube video and then pay somebody to put 100,000 views on it and really only like 30 people watched it, because it's gonna not only inflate my mind, but it's gonna it's gonna make me think I'm somewhere I'm not. I want whatever I have to be authentic and it to be the actual real thing that I got going on, because I want to at the end of the day know this is what I worked for, and this is what I need to keep working for. So that's what that is. Yeah. Got a couple of homies got acquitted already. I haven't had any homies necessarily acquitted, but I've had homies that have gone through things and they've gotten out of it. So not the actual sense of like getting out of like some serious like drug charge or something, but more so in the sense of people go through things and people get out of things. And it's all about making it and taking whatever you have in front of you and making it work. So not necessarily in the sense, I don't want anybody thinking I'm out here dealing with like no gangsters and they out here getting acquitted from like major trials and murder cases. Now, I'm just saying that I've had homies do things in their old life, which is old me, and now they're done from it. So it could be, I used to smoke, now I don't smoke anymore. I used to drink, I don't drink anymore. I used to run around with 20 different women, now I got one woman. So that's the idea behind that.
Hey, 100 band, big, poppin', yellow coat, wrist, Versace, took my check out down the road, 84, shit, jalopy.
All right, so the idea behind Hill Figure is kind of in the verse. I say, what did I say in there? I got that. I'm like, I feel like Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah, I don't quite fuck with niggas. It's just kind of the sense of like a play on, because Tommy Hilfiger essentially was looked at for being racist and not liking black people. And so I was saying that because the whole song is about a relationship, being with somebody, loving somebody, and I'm on my grown man-ish. Don't make me wait. I just worked a double and I paid my bills today. I'm on my Tommy Hilfiger. I don't quite fuck with niggas. It's just kind of, I don't want to mess with anybody that's not, again, on that positivity, on the positive wave, on the happiness, trying to interfere with my relationship or interfere with my life and my passion. I'm not trying to deal with, and not niggas in the sense of like black people or any person in general, just like niggas in the sense of like being ignorant or something stupid like that. So essentially, Hill Figure is a reference to me being an adult, me being name brand, but still not connecting with the name brand of Tommy Hilfiger, but still being name brand, being classy, but also still loving somebody. So that's what Hilfiger. Yeah. Niggas dodging me for sport. Essentially, it's the same ride as the other song, Chirp. Essentially, just kind of my friends and my homies just not around at that time. So if you're not around at that time, I just being a rapper, being creative, it's like you're dodging me for sport. And like if you're playing the sport, you're gonna play hard. So you're dodging me hard, like it's a sport, kind of like dodgeball, football. You dodging and tackling. So moving out the way, getting away from me, not seeing you as often. Yeah. Niggas fake, I feel the force. So I really like that line because not in the sense of like, kind of like feel the force as in, not like Star Wars reference or something like that, but more so in the sense of trying to force yourself into something. So I know like me and my homies will say, oh, you forcing, are you doing this and that? So if you fake, I feel the force. I feel you forcing yourself onto the situation of being real extra, which is forcing. So you fake, I feel you forcing to be something you're not. So that's that one. I just worked a double and I paid my bills today. Working a double and paying your bills, being an adult. I just graduated, like I said, so that's adult life, having to work extra hours to figure it out. But in the sense of me as an artist, I just worked really hard on my music, worked really hard to make these songs and get money from it, just to put it back into it. My bills would be promotion for my music. So I just worked a double and I paid my bills today, which would be, I'm trying to reach out to the people that work double shifts and paying their bills, but I'm also talking to the artists who worked hard to get where they are. Faith is a very touching song to me. It's a song that's introspective. It's about having faith and seeing what you're trying to do without actually being able to see it, seeing anything tangible. Because I know when I first started music, it was hard to see the end, but I always had faith I could do it. So that's pretty much faith. I don't want to give away any questions, so we're going to go ahead and that's the answer to that. Yeah, so 2013 was when I first started doing music, officially, well, not officially, but actually going hard in music. Because I started rapping since 2009. And then 2013 was the first time I actually took it serious. So I quit music in 2013. So Sunday morning, my cousin asked me to go to church, and I decided to go. And that same morning, I quit music. And so once I went to church, the pastor was sitting there in the audience, looking out in the audience, and I felt like he was looking at me. I still to this day think he was looking at me. And his message was never give up on your dreams. And he said, I feel somebody out there is about to give up on their dream, but this is the moment right before God is going to bless you and give you the dream you've been looking for. And so that's when I started my life over, essentially. 2013 is the year I actually started my music career. That's when I started like recording songs for real, trying to make sure it sounded professional. And it took like 6 to 7 hours to record and 4 or 5 hours to write. But now I can get it down to like 30 minutes. But then it took it was like a work shift trying to figure it out. So 2013 was really the start of my life and my music. Brianna Marine, she was on Church. Brianna Marine was on Faith, obviously. She was also on something else. She was on XOXO, the project. She's been on a lot of stuff that I had. She's a pretty good singer. I can't remember the names of the songs, but she's been on like 4. I think it might be 5 now. So, Brianna Marine, look up. Yeah. I empty out my bank statements, hoping that one day I make it. I just spent all the money I had trying to be successful in music, and I'm continuing to do so, and I will continue to do so going into the future until I can make enough money so I don't have to empty it out, and I can keep a little change for myself and not have to use it all on the music. So, yeah. At the end of the song, I'm just trying to talk to anybody that listens, anybody that's actually listening. And it's crazy that that's the song that people are actually listening to right now and really bumping, because I just wanted to say something at the end. Because at my drum show, when I opened up for drum, I gave a speech at the very end. It was like a minute long about never giving up on your dreams. So I wanted to put that in the music and put that in a song And so I put it in that song, and hopefully somebody's gonna be listening to it or just vibing to it and think, yeah, I'm not gonna give up. Just kind of me passing forward what the pastor did back then when he looked in the audience and said, someone's about to give up. It's me putting it on a song. Because if you make it that far, it's like the last song. If you made it that far in the track list, you obviously like the music enough. So I feel like that will connect with whoever listened to it. So that's what that's about.
Cause I don't wanna fuck with pussy niggas all day. Got that girl all on my body, get the fuck up out my way. I don't fuck
I have no idea what the real song title is. At this point right now, I don't think I'm gonna figure it out. I think it's whatever you want it to be. Whatever you make up in your head for the song bonus to be, that's good for you. But for me, it's just gonna be called that last song on the project that's on streaming services, Spotify and all that, and Apple Music. Is just gonna be the song at the very end of the project that only some people get, and if you actually listen to it, it's just like an exclusive for people who actually care and actually listen and actually want to hear it on those streaming services and actually pay for the project. That's what you get. So the name right now will be the extra song that you people that actually care to listen get. That's the name. Geeked in my section, I'm fired up. Reference to the Kendrick song. Basically, I'm just really excited in my own lane, and I'm ready to keep rolling and keep going on to whatever I need to do going forward in music. Yeah. You're moving in my place, got you moving in my pace. Reference to my relationship, moving in, but also moving at the pace of my life, figuring out stuff and realizing that everything doesn't have to be done in this specific order. It can just be whatever. I'm a real relaxed guy. I'm real chill. I just go with the flow. I go at the pace of life. So essentially saying the relationship moving at the pace of life.